One of the things I love about Future Worlds is just you're surrounded by these brilliantly talented founders that have got something about them that says, you know what, I'm going to do this. And it's just so energizing to constantly be spending time with people who are just so exceptionally talented and driven and have got this ambition to just do something that's going to change the world. It's just a brilliant environment to be in.
We've got a group of people who are all doing amazing things in this one cohort. So you can share in the highs and the lows, and there's always someone there who is able to point you in the right direction.
The struggle of a founder is kind of the same, no matter what we're trying to do. Being part of the cohort and speaking with other founders, having other people going through similar things, having other people feeling the same frustrations or the same joyful moments as you do, having someone to share with, having someone to, how did you solve that problem? That is extremely helpful.
Having the cohort of all the different startups together and being able to share our experiences and talk about our startups, that was really helpful.
I learned so much more about seed rounds, investment, all of these type of things, bootstrapping, terms I just didn't know before, apart from really watching Silicon Valley. That's all I'd known about startups. So learning about sort of crux of what it is to start up a company was completely new to me. You don't learn that in a PhD or in your undergraduates.
We have a collection of like-minded people, other startups doing completely different things. That's probably the strongest element of it, in that having these different skill sets, these different brains, incredibly, I feel very humbled to be surrounded by the people. A lot of PhDs flying around, a lot of very, very talented people saving the world in a host of manners.
Anybody that starts a business today is a god. They're brilliant. It's a very, very, very difficult path, fraught with hazards. Running a business is constant problems after problems after problems.
There are risks for the founders coming through the cohort. They're incredibly impressive people whose identity is, to a certain extent, attached to always being someone who's an exceptional achiever. But then they're stepping into something that they've not got any experience of, they've never done it before, and that is a risk. It's an identity risk of, maybe it won't work. They've always succeeded before, will they succeed in this? That is a risk.
I have certainly worked with people in this cohort who I first met 5 or 6 years ago and have been through multiple startups on that journey, and now finally they're landing that thing which I think is going to be a massive success for them. But they've been down a lot of dark alleys in the wrong direction along the way.
If you're investing in earlier stage companies coming straight from university, where these are younger founders, doesn't mean they make them less good founders. It just means they're probably less experienced than some founders that have multiple exits. That comes with higher risk.
In this journey, there are a lot of ups and downs, and in the down periods, there's a tendency of just quitting a lot of time. I was on the brink of doing that, kind of didn't see an end to it, it was a lot of talk, a lot of discussions, but nothing really serious was adding up to it. Every time I was feeling down, kind of Future Worlds came with an event that kind of made me feel hopeful again.
With any new technology that you're trying to scale to a global level, there's always questions over whether that's possible. Even if there is this sort of global acceptance that these solutions need to be provided, no one necessarily knows how to implement them yet, which creates a degree of risk. So I think I would be very naive to say that there isn't a small possibility that it may not work.
Being part of the cohort is, well, it's amazing really, because you can learn so much from the different people, and we know so many people now that we talk to regularly and that have given us so much input on our startup, and I don't think that without them, we would be here now.
I think sometimes what's not seen is what's going on behind the hustle. So you might see people's successes, you might see them pitching really well, getting investment, securing deals, signing customers. You don't see all of the hours of research, of iterating the product, of customer interviews. I think often it's the less glamorous stuff that's more difficult, because that's not what's immediately attracting any glory, but it's ultimately the stuff that will help you succeed.
I've invested in a number of the university startups, and I've been really impressed with the quality of the of the people, the founders, and also of the ideas coming out of University of Southampton.
Come in and see the new office. Started with one, then we were 2 co-founders. After we got here, we expanded our team with another scientist. We've chosen our investors in such a way that most of them, if not all of them, are actually mentors, because we realize we need someone to share in their experience and in the life and business building experience, because we don't have it. Having their advice and then mentorship is just helping us to grow in our roles incredibly. And the experience we're getting out of it is unmeasurable.
I'm now full-time CEO of Viridi CO2 under our own steam. So that's amazing to finally be here. I've brought on 2 guys as well, Josh and Panache, who are coming on board full-time as our development scientists, and they're now in the company full-time. So yeah, we're motoring. Every day we achieve something, I can see us getting closer to our goal, and that's a really great place to be in.
I was awarded the Royal Academy of Engineering Enterprise Fellowship this year, and there was one mentor there that is now helping me along, and Sir David Higgins, and he's really influential in the construction industry. I got 2 really big grants, so I got the Royal Academy of Engineering Enterprise Fellowship and a grant from Sprint with the UK Space Agency. So I kind of had enough money for a while to continue, and so I'm just building more of the momentum and making my way towards like our first sale as well. So we've had the opportunity to build on the product more in the last half year. And we've now, I've now 2 people that are working for me full time as well.
So Future World just gives the opportunity for people at the university who have got even just the nugget of an idea to take that idea and take the first step on a journey that could lead to some incredible outcomes. Every startup that's successful has one thing in common, and that is that they started. Unless you start, unless you take that first step, well, nothing will ever happen. But the opportunity is there. Take that step, you never know where it might lead.
You got everything you need now?
Yeah, I think that's good, man. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too.